Without providing a reason, former President Jacob Zuma abruptly and unexpectedly fired 20 members of parliament from the uMkhonto weSizwe, MK, political party. Before we continue, please kindly hit on the subscribe button as we go into the details. The widespread shooting has prompted questions and a great deal of conjecture, since it seems to be a calculated move to clear the path for a group of Zuma's close cronies and loyalists. Prominent individuals like uMkhonto, the former CEO of the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, PRASA, musician-turned-politician Penny, controversial former CEO of Eskom and Transnet Molefe, and Zuma's brother-in-law, former commissioner of the South African Revenue Service, SARS, are among those anticipated to take up the vacant positions. Due to the name's long-standing associations with Zuma, whether via shared political beliefs or ties, there has been much talk about the possible ramifications of their nominations. The sudden removal of 20 members of the MK party has rocked the political scene, particularly among the MK veterans, who are often thought of as Zuma's most ardent supporters. The decision's lack of justification has only served to stoke rumors that it's a part of a larger plot to increase Zuma's influence in South African politics and consolidate control inside the party. Anticipated to be among the new appointments, uMkhonto is no stranger to scandal, having been involved in many corruption-related claims during his time at PRASA. His expected election to parliament may rekindle discussions within the MK party about moral leadership and governance. Popular South African artist Penny, who is becoming more active in politics, is seen as a populist who might provide the party's parliamentary presence a new angle of appeal. His presence may indicate Zuma's efforts to reach out to a wider range of voters and expand the party's base of support. Most people consider Molefe and Molefe to be Zuma supporters, despite the fact that they have both been involved in major scandals throughout their separate careers at Eskom, Transnet, and SARS. Their potential comeback to prominence in politics may be seen as an attempt to bolster Zuma's network of reliable supporters in influential positions of authority. These modifications have important strategic ramifications. By putting supporters in parliament, Zuma may be putting himself in a position to influence the MK party's ideas and course more strongly, perhaps leading it to a stronger defense of his legacy and interests. This reorganization may also be a forerunner to Zuma's more aggressive political agenda as he looks to regain power in South Africa's democratic system. Numerous issues remain unanswered due to Zuma's and the MK party leadership's failure to provide a formal explanation. The abruptness of the firings and the prominence of the anticipated replacements imply that this is a well-thought-out political maneuver rather than just an administrative rearrangement. The effect of these new appointments on the MK party's standing in the South African parliament will be the main topic of discussion once the political dust settles. In the next months, the party's capacity to manage the consequences of these choices and preserve internal harmony will be critical. To sum up, the dismissal of 20 MK party MPs by Jacob Zuma without cause represents a dramatic change in the party and is probably going to make room for a new group of loyalists and important friends. The anticipated appointments of individuals like as Molefe, Penny, Molefe, and uMkhonto hint to a calculated realignment intended to increase Zuma's political power in South Africa. It will be crucial to track how these adjustments affect the party's future and the larger political scene as events develop. Once more, the MK party recently sacked 20 of its members of parliament, MPs, without giving a reason, in a surprising turn of events. This revelation was made public earlier today in a letter sent by the party's recently appointed Secretary-General, SG, to the Speaker of Parliament. The letter, which was signed by the freshly appointed SG, said little more than that the 20 MPs would be fired immediately. The public and the political community were left in a state of uncertainty. Nevertheless, since the letter noticeably lacked any justification or background for this abrupt action, political circles have been abuzz with conjecture about this action. Some have suggested that the dismissals may be a part of a larger internal reorganization or a purge of people seen to be disloyal to the party's present leadership. It's possible that this abrupt move has something to do with the MK party's recent dramatic leadership changes, which are recognized for their outspoken positions and strong political sway.